Essentially, in this passage, Tartuffe is telling Elmire, put out or shut up. Give me proof that you're sincere in this. Now, notice stage directions. Coughing to alert Orgon. She coughs. You get her, when the scene is acted out, she pounds the table. Like, okay, haven't you seen enough? Haven't you heard enough? She points out, suddenly your love can't be denied. Complete dominion. You know, like, okay, husband under the table, come out and rescue me. And then she says, well, you know, if we do this, it's a sin. And he says, well, that's all. You know, I can take care of that. In the middle of page 185, he says, to sin is not as bad as it appears. If, and stay with me on this, one can think that in some cases, heaven gives a wink. When it comes to certain needs of men who can remain upright, but only when there is pure intention. So you see, if you just let yourself be led by me, you'll have no worries, and I can enjoy you, and you me, because we will employ this way of thinking, a real science and a secret thus. With your compliance, fulfilling my desires without fear is easy now, so let it happen here. Elmire coughs. That cough, madame, is bad. Now, she is going to tell him that the cold she has is very obstinate. She means her husband is very obstinate. He says, that's most annoying. She says, more than I can say. Again, she's referring to Orgon. Now, Tartuffe goes on with this idea of getting around sin. Says, secrecy. I'm one of its best pupils. You know, as long as nobody knows we're sinning, it's not sin. So if we employ that same line of thinking, if I eat a whole cheesecake by myself, I won't gain any weight because nobody saw me eat the cheesecake. Doesn't work, okay? On page 186, he says, evil exists only when it's known. Adam and Eve were public in their fall. To sin in private is not sin at all. That is not a religious person saying that. Elmire coughs again, says, obviously I must give in to you, because my husband, who is down underneath the table waiting for something that he really sees as proof, still hasn't come out yet. When she says, you are a person who refuses to believe anything I say, that's directed toward Orgon. That's not Tartuffe. Now, what really brings Orgon out from under the table takes place when Tartuffe insults him. He says, what does it matter if he comes or goes? The secret is, I lead him by the nose. He's urged me to spend all my time with you. So let him see. He won't believe it's true. She has asked him to go out in the hall and check. So while he's doing that, Orgon finally comes out from underneath the table. Only after he has been insulted does he come out. And then Elmire goes into the sarcasm. Oh, you're out so soon. No, wait, you know, just wait. You want to be really sure. So she is quite sarcastic there. Tartuffe does come back in. Orgon does confront him, says, get out of my house. And Tartuffe turns the tables on him, reminding him on page 187 that you're the one to leave, you, acting like the master. Now I'll make it known, the full disaster. This house belongs to me. And he threatens him. Those who harm me, they know not what they do. This is when Elmire finds out about the deed to the house and the strongbox. Orgon has trusted Tartuffe with everything that could really get him in trouble. He explains on 188 that he had a friend who was on the wrong side of the Civil War, the Fronde, gave him a locked strongbox. He decided that it would be safer in Tartuffe's hands, because then he could actually say he didn't have it. So now Tartuffe has proof that this other person took part on the other side of the war. That will condemn Orgon as well. And Orgon turns. He is going to go from one extreme to the other. At the bottom of 188, he says, damn all holy men, they're filled with deceit. I now renounce them all. Cleante comes back and says, listen to yourself, you're over the top. Getting carried away, just stop. Moderation, is that a word you know? So he's saying, you can't do this. You have to be moderate. You cannot go from one extreme to the other.